Title: Hunger and the Bridge. In the quiet town of Willowbend, where chimney smoke curled like whispers and birds sang lullabies to the wind, lived two stray cats, Marble, a silver tabby with a twitchy tail and proud eyes, and Soot, a scruffy black cat with one ear folded and a growl for a purr. They lived on opposite sides of the old stone bridge that arched over the sleepy river. Marble haunted the east, where bakeries lined cobbled streets and the scent of cinnamon swirled through the air. Soot prowled the west, a tougher side of town where trash bins overflowed but people were less kind. Neither liked the other. They didn't need to. Their worlds were divided by the river and the bridge, and that was enough. But hunger does not care for lines or grudges. It began one bleak morning in early winter. The bakery on Marble's side had closed for renovations. No more dropped croissants. No warm meat pies resting in windows. Only cold stones and shut doors. On the west side, Soot had his own misfortune. A new restaurant had opened, and the owners were vigilant. Trash bins were locked tight. No scraps. No bones. Only the scent of food that never reached the ground. By the third day, both cats were shadows of themselves, hollowed out, eyes sharp with desperation. Marble's sleek coat lost its shine. Soot's claws clicked more often than they patted. One evening, as the orange sky melted into purple, both cats crept toward the bridge. They saw each other at the same time. Marble froze. His tail flicked. Soot arched his back. They had growled at each other before, hissed across rooftops, even thrown insults in the language only cats understand. But tonight, neither made a sound. Only one thing filled the air: the smell. A small food cart sat at the bridge's peak, unattended. The vendor must have gone to relieve himself. On it, a paper plate of grilled fish steamed in the night. Both cats moved. Soot darted forward first, low to the ground like a soldier. Marble sprinted after him, quick and precise like a shadow. They arrived at the cart in the same second. 4 paws. 2 growls. 1 fish. Time froze. Soot hissed, his lip curled in warning. Marble's ears flattened. They circled each other around the prize, tails twitching in furious hunger. And then it happened. A gust of wind blew through the bridge. The paper plate slid. The fish toppled. Off the cart. Over the edge. Into the river. There was a splash. Silence. Then 2 heads slowly peeked over the edge and stared into the dark water, where the fish drifted away like a dream. Marble sat. So did Soot. For a long moment, they said nothing. And then, in a way only cats can, they sighed. Marble looked at Soot. "We lost it." Soot nodded. "Because we fought." Another silence. "You hungry?" Marble asked. "Starving." They sat in silence a while longer, then rose together and padded down the bridge. Not as enemies. Not quite as friends. Just together. They searched bins behind the train station. Soot knew where the janitors sometimes left leftover chicken. Marble remembered a dog who never finished his sausages. The wind bit at their ears, but they hunted together now. They shared scraps, one for you, one for me. They watched each other's backs. Marble warned of a dog's approach. Soot distracted a raccoon from their stolen sandwich. They didn't talk much. Cats rarely do. But the silence between them was different now. It wasn't cold. Over days, their routine became a rhythm. When Marble found a broken crate full of stale bread near the docks, he brought Soot. When Soot scared off a fox sniffing too close to their alley bed, Marble didn't forget. They curled up side by side at night, tails brushing. They fought, sometimes. Over the last bite of fish bones. Over who got the sunny spot on the brick wall. But they always made up. Hunger was no longer the enemy. Loneliness was. And together, they weren't lonely. One afternoon, a little girl with curious eyes and 2 red ribbons in her hair saw them curled together on the park bench. She brought them milk the next day. And ham the day after that. She named them Stormy and Shadow. They didn't mind. Eventually, she brought them home. 2 bowls. 2 beds. But still, they slept in one. They were never meant to meet. One from the east, the other from the west. One proud, one rough. One elegant, one scrappy. But hunger crossed the bridge first. Friendship followed. And in the end, they both got fed.